It's news time. Information is power. The current. The news headline. Breaking news. Buhari presents 2022 budget to National Assembly on Thursday. The Senate disclosed on Tuesday that President Muhammadu Buhari will on Thursday present to the joint session of the National Assembly the 2022 appropriation bill. The Deputy President of the Senate, Ovie Omoagege of the All Progressive Congress (APC) Delta Central, stated this while presiding over the plenary. Omoagege urged the Senate Committee on Finance to expedite action on the revised medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy paper, which the President forwarded to the Senate on Tuesday and submit their report for consideration at the plenary on Wednesday. And this is about the 2022 budget, which was submitted by President Muhammadu Buhari to the Senate, to the National Assembly. And this was said that the 2022 appropriation bill will be read by President Muhammadu Buhari, on this coming Thursday. Until then, we hope to hear the next thing. Also, Governor Autumn has yet again talked about germane issues. Governor Autumn of Benue State, however, condemned the attacks and destruction of public infrastructure, which he said does not make good case for freedom fighters. He noted that the federal government has abandoned the principle of federal character, stating that the Southeast deserves equal share of infrastructure and development as other regions in the country. Autumn further accused the federal government of adopting intimidation approach on those who are marginalized and traumatized, but said that Samuel Autumn, will not keep quiet in the face of injustice. He urged President Muhammadu Buhari to urgently convene a Southeast stakeholders meeting devoid of party affiliation to discuss the challenges facing the region, which he said gave rise to youth restiveness and violence being witnessed in the zone. Autumn made a statement while delivering a keynote address at a day lecture organized by Nigeria Union of Journalists (NUJ), FCRN Enugu Chapel, with the theme Emerging Security Situation in the Southeast, the Place of Good Governance, held at Sam Nwaneri Event Center, FRCN Enugu, on a Thursday. He charged the federal government to proscribe all militant Fulani groups, as they did in the case of indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. Autumn said that Eastern Nigeria, like other parts of the country, deserves equal attention, with the provision of critical infrastructure and development projects, as well as allocation of resources and key appointments at the federal level. The menace of insecurity in the East and other parts of the country can only be successfully addressed when all set aside sentiment and confront the monster. He therefore urged the federal, state, and local governments, traditional rulers, religious groups, civil society organizations, youth, and all other stakeholders to support security agencies to perform better. Security is everyone's business, he said. Governments at all levels should take aggressive steps to address the problem of youth unemployment. There must be concerted efforts at job creation and youth empowerment, using the private sector to provide employment to young Nigerians. This is one sure way to reducing youth restiveness. The federal government should urgently put in place enabling environment for the private sector to thrive in order to prevent more industries from folding up. The government policies ought to be friendly to boost private sector participation. The federal government should, as a matter of honesty and urgency, respect the federal character principle to end marginalization and injustice in form of appointments and development projects. The federal government should also implement the National Livestock Transformation Plan that was adopted by the National Economic Council (NEC), and this will not only protect farming communities from attacks and herdsmen from cattle rustling, but also lead to environmental protection, security of lives and property, as well as guarantee food security. Indeed, ranching will also boost livestock production. As I have been saying, the federal government should publicly condemn the atrocities perpetrated by armed herdsmen, as well as arrest and prosecute the leadership of Miyetti Allah Kautahor, Fulani Nationality Movement, FUNAM, and other armed herder groups who have consistently admitted to the wanton killings and destruction of communities across the country. The federal government should proscribe all militant Fulani groups, as was done in the case of the Independent People of Biafra (IPOB), given that the Global Terrorism Index rank had actually ranked Fulani militia as the fourth deadliest terrorist group in the whole world. Therefore, the federal government needs to still proscribe these militant groups. The federal government should urgently convene a national dialogue of all ethnic nationalities to address the concerns being expressed by Nigerians. The presidency should urgently hold a meeting of stakeholders of the entire eastern Nigeria, devoid of party affiliation, probably here in Enugu, to discuss the challenges facing the people, which have given rise to youth restiveness and violence being witnessed across the region. The federal government should listen to patriotic calls from Nigerians and address worsening insecurities, injustice, marginalization, poverty, hunger, unemployment, and inflation to be able to end agitation across the country. He says that he must therefore appeal to youth and eastern region to uphold peace and non-violence approach in their agitation, saying that he believes that non-violence model is a better option as it has worked in other parts of the world. He equally appealed to the youth to cease further destruction of federal government structures in the region. Remember that the property that you are destroying is your own property. They have already made a genuine case for restructuring among other meaningful demands, and their voices have been heard loud and clear across the country and beyond. Let me conclude by once again appreciating the National Union of Journalists, Radio Nigeria Enugu, for this honor. I am grateful that you found me worthy of your award, and I also congratulate other awardees on this occasion. All hands must therefore be on deck, irrespective of political, ethnic, religious, and cultural differences, to ensure resuscitation of the country. And these were the words of Governor Samuel Ortom, talking about the government's needing to take responsibilities and stop intimidating those who are feeling distasteful to the President Muhammadu Buhari-led administration, and telling them the truth, saying that there is need to proscribe all Fulani militia group has been also listed among the top terrorists in the world, and therefore the federal government needs to face them and proscribe them and leave those that are agitating for good governance alone, and also imploring those that are agitating for good governance to do that in good character and not destroy the properties of the government, because it is also their own property that they are destroying. Thanks for listening.